Okay, so tonight, if you have your, hey, there's Jaden.
Hey.
There you are.
If you have your documents and your flip chart, but this is a quick thing, just more for you at this point, because Jaden had her first party, but the document of the beauty session checklist.
Got it.
Is just a way to make sure that you have all the things for your party. So obviously your starter kit and the stuff inside of it, you'll need that. Then there's a few additional items, and I wanted to document them out to make sure it was all there and no, you weren't scrambling at the end or feeling like you forgot stuff. So the crucial additional items are the surveys, specials, pens, and a charcoal mask.
Yeah, the surveys are important.
They're handy to have.
I had forgot them on my desk drawer for my party, so.
Did you find them, Jaden?
I did. They were sitting there when I got to work today, so guess what? I have them now.
Yay! I told Jaden I had them, so it was fine, but I've forgotten everything at the party. Everything. So I don't judge her. The additional items, those are things that I use or that I think are handy and good to use, but I'm not going to tell you, you have to go buy all that stuff. So spray bottles for everybody to kind of spritz their face, that can make life easier. Clipboards are just kind of a fun way that they can keep their stuff together. You don't have to use clipboards. I like using the real washcloths for the hot towel part, but that's not required. Mary Kay does not demand that you do that. And then I found the crock pot on Amazon. I've never gone and looked for it. So I actually found it, and there's a link. If you, I guess.
I see that.
Yeah, you could copy paste it into Amazon and order. It's $20.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's not bad. Or you can use a full-size one, like with big groups. I can't get more than 5 or 6 in the small one. So you can always use a big one, crock pot. But so that's just so that you have a record of what all is the stuff.
What oil did you use?
Lavender.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that either. But
I have lavender.
Do not use other oils, either like lavender or nothing. I got fancy in the fall and I tried to do like a spice. That did not go well. I was not thinking about people putting it on their face. Yeah, the poor people. The towels were not a pleasure that day. So anyway, stick with lavender or just do hot water. Okay, so let's take a look at the flip chart, and then we'll do money stuff. The money stuff's not complicated, but it's really helpful. So I don't know. I know printers, sometimes you have them, sometimes you don't. I don't know if you've got to print off the Experience 2020 document.
I actually did today.
Oh, did you?
My printer decided to work.
Yay!
Did you send us that?
I just sent it like this afternoon.
Yeah, I think I did. I just don't know where it is.
It's like 15 pages, I think, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
Yeah, and they print like this way.
Yep, sideways.
Hey, I got that too.
Good. Okay.
Mine starts at, there it is. I was going to say mine starts at B, but there's A. Out of order.
Good. So let me give you the scoop on this. Mary Kay makes a beautiful flip chart. I mean, it's gorgeous. But the way they do stuff, the order and some of the words is not me. They are amazing, but they're the corporate people and we're the feel the sales force, you know, so there's just sometimes things where you're like, oh, good try. I'm also super big on what we talked about last time. Like, I'm not the hero. Mary Kay's not a hero. The person is. We're here to serve, you know. So what I like to do is I like to have you guys utilize this. Feel free to read the back to the pages, and you might learn a cool thing. Like, oh, that's neat. You know, I want to be able to share that with people. But what I pretty much do is I tape my words to the back of the pages. So where they have scripting for you, I have given you my entire party script. And I'm going to tell you what page goes on what. So you can stick it with tape. But at the same time, please don't feel like you can't read what they have and like take anything that's helpful for you. I will tell you that I move the pages around, which is why I said just have this. And I'll just tell you, page A goes with page 11. Page B goes on the back, or, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, you don't have to throw anything out, but this way you'll just have what I do. And then so you can adjust if you want. The important thing to remember is that this is set up to flip like this. So, like, yeah, what I say for the first page is on the opposite. You know, it's attached to the previous page. It's kind of funky, but that's why I lettered and numbered it. So I will literally just walk you guys through. Are you ready?
I think so.
So A, which is my script, A goes, you're going to attach it to page 57. So like I stuck a piece of tape on 57 and I stuck my paper onto it. Does that make sense? So you're covering page 57.
I only see a 56.
Yeah, I don't have 57.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I only see a 55.
What's this?
Yeah, the legal information is the 56.
Okay, they must have reiterated this thing since I've had mine, which could be exciting.
Oh, that. So we put it on the back of that?
That's what I put it on.
Okay.
That's our very back page.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Jesus, take the wheel. Hopefully this is going to be okay. Now, we go kind of back towards the front at this point. So page B, you're going to stick it to page 3, which should be, you're going to put it behind this.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just show you the pictures. I'll show you the pictures. All right. Then C is going to go behind Hello Beautiful, which is my page 31.
Oh my.
I know, I was trying to make things make sense to the people, but I talk about things in a completely different order.
I might just number these and then put them in later.
Oh, you could do that too.
I've just got them stacked in a pile, back to back.
Did you guys find that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. D is going with page 15. You go on top of page 15, which is today is your day. Are these numbers kind of matching for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Good. Then E goes on 19. F. F goes on 17.
Oh, God.
Page F is satin lips and right. So F on 17. Am I going too fast? Y'all good?
R17.
on,
What does the page look like?
Time-Wise Miracle 3D.
Okay, got it.
I confuse myself sometimes. I forget that what I'm talking about is not
Okay, time out.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't know what just happened.
No worries.
Okay. Back up. Okay, 19 was B. Right. No, 19 was E. And then 17 was F.
Yes.
Oh
So
my God.
F,
Okay. Got it.
this is where it's making sense. You're covering page 17 with F.
Okay.
Then G. Oh, this one doesn't have a number. Do y'all have this page? I think it's at the very beginning, very beginning of your flip chart.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Okay. Page 1.
Yeah.
Well, it's halfway through, guys.
Oh, goodness.
H goes with 7. H will cover 7. And then I is going to cover page 33. And then J is covering 21. And then K is 23. And then L, are you okay, Jaden?
Yep.
L is 11. There. M covers page 9. And then N covers page 25. O is 29. One more. And then P, 37.
Got him.
Ha, yay! I know it's a little crazy, but I wanted to be legit with our consultants. Like, what do I really do? But at the same time, not make you have to print some fancy in color something, this is pretty, this works. It's just mainly the words and the order of things that I just do it different. And everybody does their own thing. So yes, feel free to, see the stuff I skipped. Now there's a couple pages that I didn't put in to this exact flip chart that are just other skincare sets. So like there's a page for the Naturally line, there's a page for botanicals, a page for Time on Care, and for Clear Proof. Those obviously I would swap in if that's what I was teaching with. So definitely hold on to those. And if there's anything in here that I don't have that you love and you're like, wow, that's really good, or I want to show that picture, by all means, feel free to make that adjustment. This is just how I use it. So as you teach, you are flipping backward. So when you start with 30, I see A, and they're seeing this. And then I flip it back, and now I've got B script, and they're seeing the right page. So it's all going like that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will let you guys read over that in your own time. I will tell you the best thing I ever have done. Well, there's two things. The best thing I've ever done is just practice in my car or like at my desk, just like saying the words and kind of like getting them to come off my tongue. And then doing it. And you kind of find your groove. It only takes, 4 or 5 times of kind of working through this chart to go, okay, yeah, I got this. I know how I'm going to tweak it. And then you can always, if you want the Word document for my script to like type other things or change, by all means, let me know. Of course, you can always copy paste off the PDF and put it in a Word document and change it, but if that ever helps you. I'm assuming that you're going to make adjustments as you go. The only page I want to talk about is the last page, one-on-one feedback page, or the last page of the script, I should say. P. I just want to draw attention to a couple things on there. And y'all have experienced this in the different sessions. When after everybody fills out their surveys, you want to connect with each person individually. And so if there's a place for it, we'll go to a table like nearby. If everybody's spread out, you can go kind of sit by each person, but you just kind of want to get a moment privately with each person to go through their survey. That way they're not feeling on the spot like you're like looking at them in front of the whole group like, so what did you think? So is there anything you want to buy? That's kind of awkward. It also allows you to really talk with her, and a lot of times they open up a little bit more. If it's a mother-daughter, then it doesn't really matter, but when you have a group of people, you catch each one on their own, and it's very conversational. So this kind of script type of thing is just mainly to give you a guide to go off of. Jaden, you saw this the other day. It's very different for each person. But you're going to simply go through the survey. Number 1, you're going to ask her a few feedback questions. That's the bottom of the survey. I just jot down her answers. How does your skin feel? What did you enjoy the most? What's most important to you about your skin? Just getting a chance to kind of understand what she values and how she feels, feedback. And then you'll flip the survey to the back side, and the back side is where you kind of find out, okay, what's next? What are we doing from here? So first off, you'll cover the next session. If she picked a custom session that she wants to do, then you just say, cool, you want to do a hydrofacial, that'll be awesome. And then you'll just look and see, what did she mark for her schedule? Does she need days, evenings, weekends? And then you'll simply, the main thing is that you want to try to schedule her right in the moment if you can. It's not always possible, but if you can, you're just saying, okay, awesome. So if you need to do Saturdays, let's look. See, what do you have in March? Is there a good Saturday for you there? And you just kind of direct her to check the calendar, and you guys set a tentative date. So I try not to say, would you like to pick a bit more? Go, okay, so let's look at our calendars. You're just kind of leading them to schedule and not to procrastinate. And then so you'll set a tentative date, and then if she wants to share it with friends on the survey, you'll just explain a little bit about that, which we'll go a little more in depth on that in coming trainings. But you'll just make sure that you cover that. And then with the products, if she wants to do one of the packages or she has a product she'd like to purchase, you're just going to put that into the My Customers app. Brooke, have you heard about that app yet? Did that come up? Okay. I can't remember from person to person. I think you had it actually, and I wasn't sure Jaden had it. I think that's what it was. So you'll just do her sale, whatever she wants, if she wants anything. And then the last question on the survey is about the business opportunity. So if she marks not interested, you don't have to do anything at all. If she has that there's some interested or she'd like more information, that's where you can just ask her, what are your thoughts? Do you have questions? And if she's ready to join, I had somebody 2 weeks ago who was like, I want to do it. Like, okay. And I just help them sign up. Other times people want to talk about it and discuss. And so you can just schedule time for the three of us to talk. Early on, I'm more than happy to be on with you. I'm not trying to baby you. If you got it, you got it. But I know in the beginning, it's like, well, I'm not sure what her questions are going to be. Do I know the answers? I don't know. So I would be absolutely 100% happy to be on the call. So we would just schedule a call and chat. So do you have any questions on that?
Nope.
Good.
Nope, I think I'm good.
Cool. It's pretty flexible, but at least gives you kind of a starting point and some words. So if y'all have this flip chart, you can do a party. You might not be slick, but you would get through it. And that's all that matters. And of course, your own experience and your own passions will help you develop it. So that I wanted to make sure you had in your hands, because I really feel like if you have the word to start with, you got it, and you'll go into it. So that is flip chart and the wording. And next week, when we have our training, we're going to cover how you schedule people and like kind of that coaching process of getting an appointment scheduled and then bringing it to fruition. So we'll get to that next week. But let's talk a little bit of money. So I sent you guys 2 documents, I think, that were for money. But it's the Accounting Unlimited page that has all the tax deductions. So let me give you this. Because you have a Mary Kay business, you have massive tax deductions now available. So your taxes next year, yay! You get to write off a lot of stuff. The 2 big ones are, I'm sorry. Okay, it's just telling me I have 10 minutes left before it's going to hang up on me. The 2 biggest tax deductions are your house and your car. And so if you drive at all for a Mary Kay purpose, to like Jaden, you've driven a couple times now for, running into someone's house for your beauty bash or to get on your computer yesterday when we talked. Those trips, because you're not going to work like another job, you can write those off. So anytime you drive, even if you go to Walmart and you get some groceries, but you also get some Mary Kay supplies, you can write it off. Church, and somebody wanted a product, and you're going to give it to them in the parking lot or something, you can write that off. So you want to just kind of keep track of as you're doing life. I have a notebook in my car, and so I just have the date, and then I have the amount of miles I drove and what it was for. What was I going to say? There was a thought. Oh, yeah. So I know when we did orientation with you guys, I told you, write down your starting miles. That's what this is for. So you can transfer that number into your notebook, or you can do a running note on your phone or something like that, but just have a place where you've kind of got those trips written down. As for your home, you want to have kind of like a designated Mary Kay if you can. I don't know, I can't remember, Jaden, if you have an office at your house, or, and Brooke, I don't know, but if you do have an office in your house, put your Mary Kay stuff there, even if you work on the couch, and like you don't have to work in there, but utilize, if you can, a like set aside office space, because you can write off that portion of your home and all of your mortgage and utilities and all of that based on the percentage of how much of your house that room takes up. So if your office is 10% of your house, you can write off 10% of all of your utility bills, things like that. It's pretty cool.
So I don't have like an office, but all of our we have a desk and my printer and a bookshelf and stuff in our loft.
So it's upstairs.
Yes.
Do you have a bed in the loft?
No. It's just the desk, a chair, bookcase, stuff like that.
You can write off that whole loft.
Okay. Sweet.
And actually the path from the front door to the loft.
All right.
That's pretty good. And 3 feet high. Yeah, so that's a good way to do it. So when you come to put your taxes together next year, you'll just need to know total square footage of business space. The worksheet that you have, the Accounting Unlimited worksheet, that's a company that does a lot of business with Mary Kay people up in the Midwest. And so I use their worksheets. When I lived up there, they helped us out, and I don't work with them anymore. Trying to get this thing to open up here for me so I can see it. So basically, this document that has the Accounting Unlimited information and all of the different things, those are all things that are tax deductible now that you're in business. So the top part is mostly business expenses. So at the end of the year, you'll have your total sales. Mary Kay will give you a list of your commissions and prizes. So you'll have those numbers from them. The other thing that you'll want to be holding on to is your packing slips. So when your orders come in and those white papers are in the boxes, just staple them together if you have multiple boxes and save those. And that will give you your shipping expense. It'll give you your Section 2 expenses. And your, what's the word I'm trying to think of? And your shipping. Is that the one? Oh, sales tax. Sales tax. So you'll have those important details on the packing slips. And then as you look through, I mean, it has, if you spend any money for advertising, if you have any interest on a loan or credit card, I don't think either of you guys ended up doing it, so that probably wouldn't be a thing, but if you go to some meetings or events, if you purchase supplies, if you travel to go to a workshop, if you meet people for business, you buy food, so all kinds of things. Basically, if you spend money because of your Mary Kay business, keep the receipt. That's the long and the short of it. And then you'll want to keep your expenses for your car and your home. That way you can add those up at the end of the year and take a portion of them. So any questions on that?
Nope.
Okay. What I do, instead of keeping all the receipts in paper, I use the Dropbox app, and you can scan receipts into Dropbox into a folder. So that's what I do every week when I my receipts. I just scan the business receipts in, and I just title them by what they are. So like if it was like gas, or if it was a Mary Kay event or postage, I just title the receipt with that, and then I throw it away. So that way I don't ever have piles of receipts that I have to go through. They're all in, and as long as you have documentation of the receipts, that works for taxes. So this sheet is the list of all the things you can write off, and that's pretty fun. Then the last document is money management, and that really is like the wordy way of explaining money management. If y'all want to just flip to the back of that page, or just grab a clean sheet of paper, I'll explain to you the money split and how you can run your business. So you have your Mary Kay account, your Mary Kay bank account. And what you want to do is when you deposit your money from your sales, you'll deposit it into there. If you do Venmo, if you do PayPal, if you do ProPay, that money just gets eventually put into your bank account. And then you want to just designate 60% of it to your reorders. So 60%, even though technically your profit is 50%, by giving that 10% extra, that'll cover shipping, samples, aids, stuff like that. So 60% of the money that you put in from sales is just set aside for your next order. And if you do that, then you'll be able to maintain your inventory, you'll be able to get those samples that you need, and you're good to go. So you kind of know what to spend. Then the 40% that's left, that's your money to do with as you please. So you may decide that, well, not you may, you will pay back your initial investment that you made, and so you can transfer whatever portion of that to your savings, your personal savings account, or wherever that came from. You may say, hey, I see there's an event. I want to save some money to go to this Mary Kay event. So you can say, okay, I'm going to leave $100 in there. The main thing is just that you earmark the money. So you can use something like Quicken or QuickBooks. There's a program called YNAB. You need a budget is what it stands for, YNAB. And you know what? It's going to cut me off. And so probably you guys will have to log back on. So I'm just giving you a heads up. I think